my friends, this is Wolfgang. You cannot see me, but you can see the Platonic Solids Symbol. This is one of the most amazing divine geometry devices I've ever come across. It was in some kind of show. I don't know. I've done so many New Age shows. It all became a blur. But this was a lady that channeled these, and I just later on I discovered the power of these symbols when I blew them up like this and started to use them on all kinds of objects. Well, for those of you that want to know how this works, there was this Greek philosopher and scientist called Plato, and he used to play geometric games, and one of them was, show me all the objects where all the angles are the same and where all the sides are the same, and these are the Platonic solids. And here we see a two-dimensional representation of the Platonic solids, but in reality you be having these kind of things. So basically this triangle is actually a three-dimensional 3D pyramid, and here the five-edged symbol from here, and here the square. And these symbols have been known for thousands of years, and nowadays science can prove that basically all matter, this means all atomic matter, the ones that described in the Newtonian space, where you have little balls that are stuck together with little pins which show the chemical connection. That all those grids that molecules and atoms form are all based on these simple Platonic solid forms. And so this thing here seems to be condensing the energy of those archetypical forms on which all matter is based. It's basically the pixelation of of molecules. It condenses it in, and then here's the spiral, I would say, representing our spiral galaxy, but that's also like a condenser. It's all condensing down, and so whatever you put into it, into the center, will be purified. And here, I'm having a Shiva lingam. These are the ones found in the Himalayas, in the Ganges, by Brahmins, and this is the real Shiva lingam. A lot of them have flooded the market now. A real Shiva lingam has a red spot in the center. You have this Greek kind of clay type thing, and I can feel now already a change, an uplifting in vibration. I can feel it in my heart, and it seems to be expanding. Other people might see how it becomes more luminous. It really depends, how your psychic senses operate. I feel more and more uplifted. Yeah, it's always I want to do a sigh, but probably it is the entity or the awareness of the rock that is it's an elemental. It is a small consciousness, or maybe even in this case, as a Shiva lingam, it is quite a large consciousness that manifests on this gross physical form as a rock, as a crystalline structure. And now the energy seems to be plateauing out in a nice, good feeling. Maybe you can feel it over YouTube. Sometimes I can really pick up on vibration, and I feel this now moving out into my throat chakra and my solar plexus. The energy is expanding, and the Shiva lingam is becoming very, very happy. This is one of the most purifying symbols I've ever encountered. Traditionally, these are considered to be equal to Lord Shiva and being treated with great respect, and they are being cleansed in ceremonial ways, from negative vibration through bathing with water, with yogurt, with honey, with ghee, with substances that are considered pure and cleansing, not only physically pure but also spiritually or vibrationally pure. I think all these things can be achieved by just placing this onto this divine symbol. It is really amazing. I've compared it to the flower of life, and maybe on the flower of life symbol that I have, those lines are not as thick, but it doesn't have such an effect as this symbol. And yeah, so let's take this off, and let's explore this a little bit more. I hope you can print this out and have one yourself, and then just try this for yourself. Pass your hand slowly over the symbol, and just observe if there's any difference, if your hand is like above the center of this thing. And for me, there seems to be kind of like a pressure when I kind of pass over it, that I feel in my hand. Some people feel it as cool, some people feel it as heat, some people feel tingling. People have different sensations, for the same kind of energy that it seems to be coming out. Now, when I relax my hand and follow it up, pressure is still there, but it's getting weaker and weaker. And it seems to be piddling out. So right now, the pressure goes up to here. Now, let's put an apophyllite on this here. Apophyllites are geolites. This means they are formed in water pockets that are in volcanic matter. And here these grow in this perfect crystalline structure. I have one of those in my personal silver wand, which is a custom design for my wife, and they have a wonderful organic, very, very organic effect on the body. I just love them a lot more than crystals, and believe me, I have access to very, very wonderful crystals, but I love this apophyllites, and they're running out. Here, this apophyllite has another zeolite on it. This pink stuff, so it channels a lot of love, and there is a laser coming out of those when you see it clairvoyantly, and then there's also like an airbrush lighter chi coming out, very evenly spread, very, very wonderful. And I'm going to put this thing in the center of here to get purified, and I can feel a reaction right away. I mean, all those gems, they just love the symbols. It is very satisfying. My food I put on it. deity pictures. If you have a picture of Jesus, put it on there, of Mother Mary. Whatever divine symbols you have, will become purified, will become more present. The spiritual will shine more through it. So this thing, it's hitting the happy stage now. Again, I feel this in my heart, as if I am the crystal. That is a gift of mine, or sometimes a curse when I'm around bad people or bad energies. I feel that too, and I don't like that. And now let's play around it. I'm gonna just start projecting some chi into it. So I'm just from my fingertips. Let's start breathing, and I use chi from heaven and earth, and let's just do it with both hands. And I smile, I really smile. I mean, all this energy, all this power, if it's not with love, it's just not that good. It is. I don't recommend you doing any qigong and energy work without smile. Otherwise, it's just a lot of ego gets in the way. A lot of yogis it's described in the scriptures that got very, very powerful, but because they didn't cultivate their love, sooner or later they cursed somebody in anger. They always feel offended sooner or later, and when the love is missing, only the power is there. How can you offend me this way? And then, so that's always smile, and then you're always surrounded with love, and this whole crystalline kingdom will just gladly cooperate with you. And that's just, oh whoa, it's much more powerful. And yeah, I can feel this, all the way up here. Let's say I'm 3 feet above now, and I still feel it, and it's probably going all the way to the ceiling now. Yeah, so if you put chi into gems, into this here, and you chi them up with love, it is just awesome. If you put a rose quartz in here, you get an awesome amplification of love. If you have a singing bowl and you put this into the singing bowl, that will take maybe 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, depending on the singing bowl, on the resin. And then you have it resonate again. You will have a much purer, clearer vibration, which is much more effective in cleansing and uplifting you. So my friends, that is all about the divine symbol, as I call it, or it's also called the upliftment into the divine blueprint, or as I call it, the Platonic Solids Symbol. It somehow or other, refines and purifies and maybe realigns the atomic structure of whatever's being put on it. And remember, all these things that we see, they appear solid to us, but every decent physicist will tell you, there are atoms, and they have neutrons, and they have electrons spinning around, and these are huge spaces, spaces like in the solar system between them. So most of this is just empty space. And so the idea that something like this can actually affect the structure here in a way, in a subtle way, is not that strange when you take that perspective. So as again, I'm always here, to answer questions, to help you out. I'm available through Skype. I can also talk on the phone, and I depend on your kind donations to keep this work going. I accept PayPal, and yeah, I hope to see you again, and there will be more videos. Just keep looking out for me, and click the like button and tell your friends about it. And have a wonderful day, and have fun playing with this. Put your food on it, put your wine on it, sit on it and meditate, and it will uplift you quite a lot. I even went so far of purifying most of the stuff in my room, and it feels a lot better. So namaste.